Okay, so this is Lily from Period 4 AP Lit, and this is my twin sister page, and we are going to be acting out Act 2, Scene 5 of Fences, page 1527, and we're going to start with Corey at the bottom of the page. Take it away, Corey.
Mama, I got something to tell you. I don't know how to tell you this, but I've got to tell you. I'm not going to Papa's funeral.
Boy, hush your mouth. That's your daddy you talking about. I don't want to hear that kind of talk this morning. I done raised you to come to this? You standing there all healthy and grown talking about you ain't going to your daddy's funeral?
Mama, listen.
I don't want to hear it, Corey. You just get that thought out of your head.
I can't drag Papa with me everywhere I go. I've got to say no to him. One time in my life, I've got to say no.
Don't nobody have to listen to nothing like that. I know you and your daddy ain't seen eye to eye, but I ain't got to listen to that kind of talk this morning. Whatever was between you and your daddy, the time has come to put it aside. Just take it and set it over there on the shelf and forget about it. Disrespecting your daddy ain't gonna make you a man, Corey. You gotta find a way to come to that on your own. Not going to your daddy's funeral ain't gonna make you a man.
The whole time I was growing up, living in this house, Papa was like a shadow that followed me everywhere. It weighed on you so much into your flesh. It would wrap around you and lay there until you couldn't tell which one was you anymore. That shadow digging into your flesh, trying to crawl in, trying to live through you. Everywhere I looked, Troy Maxon was staring back at me, hiding under the bed, in the closet. I'm just saying I've got to find a way to get rid of that shadow, Mama.
You just like him. You got him and you good.
Don't tell me that, Mama.
You Troy Maxon all over again.
I don't want to be Troy Maxon. I want to be me.
You can't be nobody but who you are, Corey. That shadow wasn't nothing but you growing into yourself. You either got to grow into it or cut it down to fit you, but that's all you got to make life with. That's all you got to measure yourself against that world out there. Your daddy wanted you to be everything he wasn't, and at the same time, he tried to make you into everything he was. I don't know if he was right or wrong, but I do know he meant to do more good than he meant to do harm. He wasn't always right. Sometimes when he touched, he bruised, and sometimes when he took me in his arms, he cut. When I first met your daddy, I thought, here is a man I can lay down with and make a baby. That's the first thing I thought when I seen him. I was 30 years old and had done seen my share of men, but when he walked up to me and said, I can dance a waltz that'll make you dizzy, I thought, Rose Lee, here is a man that you can open yourself up to and be filled to burstin'. Here is a man that can fill all them empty spaces you've been tipping around the edges of. One of them empty spaces was being somebody's mother. I married your daddy and settled down to cooking his supper and keeping clean sheets on the bed. When your daddy walked through the house, he was so big he filled it up. That was my first mistake, not to make him leave some room for me, for my part in the matter. But at that time, I wanted that. I wanted a house that I could sing in, and that's what your daddy gave me. I didn't know to keep up his strength. I had to give him a little piece of mine. I did that. I took on his life as mine and mixed up the pieces so that you couldn't hardly tell which was which anymore. It was my choice. It was my life, and I didn't have to live it like that. But that's what life offered me in the way of being a woman, and I took it. I grabbed hold of it with both hands. By the time Raynell came into the house, me and your daddy had done lost touch with one another. I didn't want to make my blessing off of nobody's misfortune, but I took on to Raynell like she was all them babies I had wanted and never had. Like I'd been blessed to relive a part of my life, and if the Lord see fit to keep up my strength, I'm going to do her just like your daddy did you. I'm going to give her the best of what's in me. Thank you.